Vice President Mike Pence is set to take the stage at the Republican convention and formally accept his party's renomination. His speech comes after a night in which Republicans went out of their way to draw stark differences with the Democrats. Amna Nawaz has the story.
A Trump campaign looking to shore up its base leaned hard into social issues.
Some look at American opportunity and see only problems.
And at times ignored political precedent, even the president's own policies, to message directly to his base.
We believe that each person is made by God for a purpose.
Among his strongest supporters, white evangelicals, and their core issues front and center throughout the program. From Billy Graham's granddaughter, Cissy Graham.
Our founders did not envision a quiet, hidden faith. They fought to ensure that the voices of faith were always welcomed.
To anti-abortion rights activist Abby Johnson.
And I now support President Trump because he has done more for the unborn than any other president.
I'm Mike Pompeo.
Even Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, in a controversial address while overseas on official business, delivered a key message for those white evangelical voters.
The President, too, moved the U.S. Embassy to this very city of God, Jerusalem, the rightful capital of the Jewish homeland.
This president has been a champion for women.
Also featured prominently, women backing Trump, including this compilation of testimonials from women in the West Wing.
He is proud to entrust many of our nation's most crucial jobs to women.
And speaker after speaker at the convention podium.
4 more years for President Donald J. Trump.
In 2016, Mr. Trump won the majority of white women voters, but recent polls have found that support slipping. A pre-recorded presidential pardon made for a memorable moment.
A full pardon.
Despite openly violating the Hatch Act, which prohibits government officials from using public office for campaign purposes by turning the White House into a political convention stage. And a naturalization ceremony of 5 new Americans
on behalf of the United States
stood in stark contrast to the president's own record on immigration, having dramatically slashed legal migration over his first term. For the second night in a row, the Trump children took to the stage. His youngest daughter, Tiffany, railed against what she called big tech and mainstream media censorship.
This manipulation of what information we receive impedes our freedoms, rather than allowing Americans the right to form our own beliefs.
While son Eric ended on a rare personal note, nodding to the recent passing of President Trump's brother, Robert.
Dad, let's make Uncle Robert very proud this week. Let's go get another 4 years.
From a newly revamped Rose Garden crowded with unmasked, closely seated supporters, First Lady Melania Trump capped off the night with the only speech to address both the fight for racial justice.
It is a harsh reality that we are not proud of parts of our history. I encourage people to focus on our future while still learning from our past.
And the devastation brought by the pandemic, as the U.S. death toll topped 178,000 people.
My prayers are with those who are ill or suffering. I know many people are anxious and some feel helpless. I want you to know you're not alone.
When we vote, things change.
Meanwhile, today, the Democratic vice presidential nominee, Kamala Harris, worked to bolster the support of black voters at a virtual campaign event in Michigan.
Have a plan to vote and be sure to vote and to talk to all of your family members.
Her Republican ticket counterpart, Vice President Mike Pence, will be among those speaking tonight as his party continues to make its pitch to the American people. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Amna Nawaz.